All right, well, a new warning from Goldman Sachs on tax refunds. The firm said that despite certain tax credits, risks to the downside for yet-to-be-filed tax returns remain, and the average return could drop because returns filed first tend to be the largest returns. A note from strategists reads in part, quote, on average, over the last 4 years, 83% of the tax returns in the IRS received in February generated a tax refund. By April, only 65% of returns received did. Kristen, what's your take? I know you've been following the refunds and how they're supposed to be above and below last year. Now Goldman saying
I have a lot of people on Twitter that have been contacting me about this.
Yes.
Look, I agree with them. So, again, as they found and in their studies, a lot of those refunds that they get earlier are larger and are people that want to file early because they know they're going to be getting that larger return, right? People that can afford to wait are generally the ones that aren't going to be expecting a very large refund. Mm-hmm. And now we had seen the stories, right? So we had seen headline after headline, right? You know, at first it was the IRS showed us that refunds were down on average 8%, and then they were down on average 17%, and then, oh, big news, they were up on average 19%. Here's the thing.
Big swings.
That big swing was only because in mid-February we had those the earned income tax credits and the child care tax credits, and that's a huge part of the refunds. Well, now all of those have passed through. So now we have those people, everyday people that aren't really relying on that big refund. That's also
waiting.
me. No, that's also me. I haven't done mine either. That are now filing, and they likely are going to be receiving less in their refund. We've hammered this through a couple of times over and over, but just a quick refresher for everyone.
No, it's important.
New tax law went into effect. Most people got their money throughout the year and their bigger paychecks. They didn't notice. They probably just spent it. Now tax time has come. They're going to file that refund, and they're likely going to get
But the reason why
money.
people care is because that money is a big part of people spending. If they get that cash boost,
Absolutely.
Helps out.
And they're used to it, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing it for so long. And to
Inertia.
your point, to your point. I mean, I know when I grew up, I remember my family we couldn't wait to tax season because we always got a little bit of a refund. And now, at this stage, I might file an extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Give yourself more time.
Usually people who do that, they know they might owe money, and so they're trying to delay that. That's for the owers. That's for the owers out there
Never
in the
good to
group.
be owed
That's why the numbers are what they are.
That's for the owers. But J.P. Morgan Chase Institute actually did this big study.
Yeah.
We have a story on it today, written by moi on
nice.
Yahoo Finance, but essentially looked at how tax refunds impact people's behavior, and apparently it's a huge impact on saving and spending habits, right?
Yep.
So for people who get refunds, essentially receiving a refund resets their entire financial behavior. And not just immediately, not just in the first week after they get it. They don't actually go out and blow it on a big purchase or on vacation, which I think most people think that's what people do with their tax refunds.
Kind of what I do.
No, well, you're the lucky few then that doesn't have to pay down debt. But a fifth of that refund, 20% of that refund, they pay off their credit card bills. They go off and pay part of their mortgage,
Maybe
student
I'll change
loan debt.
it now.
Things like that.
Yeah.
The rest of that money, they hold on to it, though. They hold on to it and they save it, and it actually boosts their savings. So this is a big problem because if you, as Jack was saying, if you're used to getting that refund and all of a sudden it's reduced and it becomes smaller, it's going to have an impact on how you save and how you spend in the months to come.
It's true. Something to watch. We'll see how it ends up at the end of tax season. But